Well, hello, folks, my brothers and my sisters. Hope everybody's having a great summer so far. I know I am. Blessed by the Lord every single day. Now, today in this podcast, I want to talk a little bit about anger. Just emotions in general, and how they really affect our reality and how we act and how we react to them. Now, first, let's start off. We all know what emotions are. Emotions is what your brain needs in order to create that reality. Therefore, emotions is like your brain's drug. I don't want to say drug, but your brain depends on emotions. Whether it's happiness or relaxed or frustrated, angry, sad. All those are just emotions, negative and positive energy. Some of us are drawn into more negative energy because we're around negative people who feed off negative energy, whether it's family, whether it's a dad who is constantly cursing at you, whether it's a mom who's constantly on your butt, whether it's a girlfriend who's steady nagging, or a wife who's steady nagging, or a husband, or whatever. Or most of us hang out with people who do nothing but talk about negative things and want to do negative things, just draw a lot of negative energy. And whether we're good, we're all good people. And of course, a lot of us have a lot of good inside of us. A lot of us who are kind of condemned into that environment of just negative people and negative energy, we're mostly good. The problem is just how are you good when everything around you is bad? Well, my folks asked that to Christ Jesus. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't think any of us would be here. But basically, I'm no saint either. But the whole point is, it's all energy, people. That's all it is. It's all energy, good and bad. Now, what you can do is really pay attention, because now that we know it's just energy, what's the problem? Now that we know it's energy, why fall into that constant negative? Why fall in constantly into the negative energy and letting our heart tell our brain, I'm feeling bad? Because that's how it works. Your heart creates that emotion from whatever's going on. Or say you're watching TV and you're watching your favorite show, or you're with your loved one. Your heart's telling you, oh my gosh, I'm happy. I'm really happy. Goes up into the brain, and your brain creates that reality. Hey, look at me, I'm happy, I'm enjoying myself. And you notice why there's always two kinds of people. There really is two kinds of people. You have the people the good people who are always positive. Of course, life is full of bad stuff, but they're always positive. Like, hey, I'll be fine. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. Or, man, what she did really is terrible, but whatever. Just positive people who move on, always confident, always great, feeling great, just blessed by God. Very faithful, full of faith, full of life, rich in spirit. Now, not every positive person is like that, but in general, positive. Of course, the negative people always just dodging on people, making fun of other people's work, saying everything is whack, every single commercial is whack, every movie coming out is whack. Man, I'm really annoyed and I'm not in the mood. Don't talk to me. I just feel like going home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. It's just negative people. The reason why, because your brain is addicted to those emotions. I won't say addicted, but your brain depends on emotions to create that reality. So what happens is, when you're constantly mad, especially if you're in a negative, you live in a negative area, family, you got a dad who's constantly getting at your ass or whatever the problem is, that's what makes it worse. Because when you're constantly mad, or when you're constantly just not feeling yourself, or when you're constantly mad and people go, what do I do to turn this around? Well, your brain is addicted to that energy. because that's the reality you interpret yourself every single day. You understand? Your brain is addicted to those. Now, what you can do, since we know it's not energy, what is there to fear? Why shouldn't you go out there and enjoy life? Because that's all it is. Now, you can't get up and make yourself happy, but you can do small things to really get you into that positive thinking. Just try this for a minute, just smile. Now, your mom used to tell you when you were younger, if you're feeling bad, little Billy, just smile. Just try it right now, just smile. You know, don't you feel something? Don't you feel something going through your bloodstream? You feel this thing of, oh God, you feel something happening. What happens is your heart is tricking your brain into telling your brain that it's happy when it's really not. Not saying you're not happy as in, oh my gosh, I hate my life, but it's tricking your brain, triggering the brain to say, oh, I'm happy, making that movement, smiling. Now imagine doing other things that lead to that. Because your brain feeds off those brain cells. Of course, when you're happy all the time, your brain is addicted to those. So everything kind of makes you even more a little happier. That's why certain positive people are really able to just get through a negative and not even address the negative. They just move on. And they can take a negative and turn it into a positive. For example, I didn't get a job at the Apostle. I had a job interview, and it was my first job. Me and the manager got really cool. A really cool assistant manager. He was black. Thank God. Joke. Real cool guy, man. Laid back. We were talking. I was like, yeah, I'm from Belgium. I speak French. Weird because I'm black and I get a lot of attention. It was my first job, honestly, man. I just go to school. Nothing really special about me. We were just really talking. I thought we were cool. And my reaction to the whole thing was, hey, Lord, thank you for giving me the job interview. Just prepare me for the job interview. And if I don't get the job, then obviously it's not for me. You have something bigger planned for me. And, turns out after the interview, homeboy goes, and this is exactly how he talks. Homeboy goes, all right, I'm going to give you a call. I don't want to say Thursday, I don't want to get your hopes up. You know what I mean? But I'll definitely give you a call. You know what I'm saying? Straight up from New York, kind of preppy, but this boy had the heaviest New York accent, and that's exactly how he spoke. But moving on, before I run out of time here. After that, what was it, like 3 weeks later? I didn't get no phone call at all. I called them. I didn't call him, but I called some lady who answered, and I was like, oh, I had a job interview about 3 weeks ago. And, I was just wondering what's my status for employment, because I was going to say I was going to get a call back and blah, 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 blah. And she seemed confused. She was like, well, wait, what? And that's what she said. So I'm like, I said, and then she picked up and it was like, oh, well, we're still interviewing more people. And then the job hiring process really takes